Ooh, why am I getting emotional? Okay, let me just beside Rita over the phone and oh, why am I getting emotional again? Gosh, I'm such a... Alright. Hi guys. I just thought I would film this video today to document everything now that I've sat on it for about a week now after finding out that I'm pregnant. So I thought I would share how I found out and what were the signs, what I was feeling and everything. And now that it's been a week, I just gotta say that this has been the toughest secret to keep. You guys know I love my sashimi, I love my medium rare beef, I love my uni, scallops, everything. So all these things I cannot touch, and especially wine and alcohol. It's a matter of time that people actually pick up on it. I've been finding so many excuses just to push them away, and everyone's just like, why? You never ever push them away. And I'm just like, oh, you know, I had too much, like, but I just didn't want to tell them that pregnant. Let's go back to day one when I first found out. I first found out on the day after Mother's Day, which was 9th of May, which is super apt, but I've been feeling like my body feels really weird for the longest time. Okay, I wouldn't really want to say that we have been trying, because I feel that whenever we put that term like, oh, we are at the stage where we are trying for a baby, it just adds like unnecessary stress. So what we always tell people is that when it comes, it comes. We're not avoiding it, but we'll be super happy if we find out that we're pregnant. This has been the narrative for the past, like, I would say 6 months or so. Honestly, I don't really have a lot of high hopes because you guys know I've been always very transparent about my fertility issues, diagnosed with PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, which actually is a fertility kind of like a problem. Or many women with PCOS have been reported to have difficulty conceiving. I don't ovulate very often, I don't get my period very often. For 29 years of my life, I haven't actually had a proper cycle. I would try to use apps to track my period. It just never works because some days it can be 45 days, some days it can be 60 days, some like 40 days, 39 days. So I always just give up trying to track. This has been a huge problem, especially for people who are TTC, trying to conceive. Knowing when your ovulation day is extremely important. This is something I found out only when I started on this journey and started researching more. If you try to do the deed and be pregnant when you're not ovulating, chances of getting pregnant is almost impossible. It's like almost 0.5%. That is the stats that was given to me, 0.5%. That's not even 1%. And that's a normal, healthy body. What more mine, right? There came like this whole confusion about how do I even count when I'm ovulating, and all of these were the questions that I had from my gynae. So I told you guys that I was seeing a gynae, and the previous time I went for a checkup was almost 5 months ago, of which she told me to continue being on myo-inositol, which is this supplement that I was taking to help me with my ovulation. It seemed to be working. I updated in a vlog as well that, you know, my period, it went from 4.5 months to about 2 months, and then it came again 2 months later. So even though it was not 28 days, at least it was some sort of a consistent cycle, which was about 2 months. You know, I was really overjoyed, like knowing that this supplement was actually working for me. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a health professional and every single person is different. I know many people or many women who suffer from PCOS that have different treatment plans by their doctor and by their gynae. So this was what was recommended to me, so I started taking it. I actually told her that it seems to be working, and she was just like, okay, you know what? Just continue with it, and let's just try to get your ovulation sorted out first before we talk about conceiving. Come back to me in 6 months. That is the last time we left off. 6 months appointment is actually supposed to be in early July. Yeah, long story short, I remember that one day when we're about to do the deed, I actually secretly went to take a ovulation test. It came back negative. So I was like, I'm not ovulating. It's okay. I'm just gonna like be chill and not be stressed about it. Just have fun or whatever. And I really literally didn't even think that much about it. But of course, I still did that baby dance. Because a lot of my personal friends who have gotten pregnant actually told me that if you're desperate, do this baby dance where you put your legs like above the ceiling and then you just like kind of wiggle your butt for about like 5 to 10 minutes. Of course, it's not backed up by science, but me being me, I love like lying with my legs this way anyway because, you know, of the water retention and the blood circulation. So I just did that and I was just like, didn't really think much about it. A few days later, I just felt like, hey, my boobs were starting to hurt. Breast tenderness is definitely one of the signs that tells me that my period is gonna come. Can't even count when my period is gonna come. So I relied heavily on my boobs to tell me when my period was gonna come. When that happened, I was like, wait, didn't I just have my period like 14 days ago? Which is really weird. Like, it can't be that my cycle this month is like, what, 16 days? It just doesn't make sense. That was when I started suspecting that I might be pregnant. But everywhere I googled signs of pregnancy, blah blah blah, like symptoms of pregnancy, nobody really said that breast tenderness was one of them. So I was just like, maybe not. That feeling just grew more and more because usually my breast tenderness will only last for about 3 days and then my period will come. So after that 3 days, my boobs were still hurting. It really felt like just normal boob hurting, you know, like your normal period kind. But after it went on for 3 days, I was just like, there's no way my boobs will still continue to hurt for this long. There were a lot of like red flags. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a pregnancy test. At the back of my mind, I was really hopeful that I was pregnant. I didn't tell Matt because I didn't want to like sound like I'm so baby obsessed or anything. And I don't want to put the pressure on him. I secretly bought a pregnancy test kit from Guardian and this was the clip. As you can see, I was not pregnant and I can't lie, I was really disappointed. And I was just like, why did I even think that I would be pregnant? Like, you know, I've got so many body issues, I've got so many like fertility issues, it's definitely not gonna be as simple. I just like didn't allow myself to get my hopes up again because I just didn't want to feel disappointed. You know, I just felt silly because like, how can it be? How can it be, right? Ooh, why am I getting emotional? Okay, let me just... So the clear blue pregnancy test kit that I bought was actually in a pack of 2. I used up one, which was negative, and I remember like kind of wrapping it up and secretly throwing it away. I didn't even want to throw it in the trash bin at home just in case Matt saw it, threw it in the rubbish chute like outside of my house. But remember, I had one more test kit. So fast forward 1 week later, it was just a random day where I woke up to pee in the middle of the night at 4 AM. When you wake up to pee at 4 AM, you know, you just don't turn on the lights because I don't want to wake Matt up. So I was just like, wait, for the past 1 week, I've been trying to test myself again just to use up that test kit. The most accurate would be your first pee in the morning, and I always forget to test with that first pee because I just like, when I wake up, I'm just like, shit, I need to pee, and I just run to the toilet to pee. I've been forgetting for about 1 week, and then when I suddenly remember, I was like, oh shit, it's 4 AM, let's just like get it over and done with, like for fun, right? Just to see. And I didn't really want that box of pregnancy kit to be in my cupboard because it was dangerous. You know, I don't want Matt to find out that I even bought the test kit. So I didn't even turn on the lights. I just went to pee on the stick and I just left it on the table. And when I was gonna wash my hands, I was like, wait, I can't even see what the hell I'm doing, right? So I decided to turn on the lights. As I was washing my hands, I looked down and oh my god, it was positive. I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, I really couldn't believe my eyes. Like, I don't know, I just felt like it was too good to be true. So decided that, hey, this is just one test, plus all of my history with my fertility issues, the first test being negative and my ovulation test kit being negative as well. Felt like, okay, this could be a false positive. I'm not gonna let myself have high hopes once again. And I just thought, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna send Matt to work and buy more test kits to kind of confirm it. This time I'm gonna try different brands and do like digital and non-digital as well, just to like triple confirm. And that was when it actually finally sank in. The first person I called was my gynae. Over the phone, I didn't manage to speak to her, but I spoke to the clinic assistant and I told her I have an appointment with her in July, which is in 2 more months. She was just like, oh yeah, like, would you like to reschedule it? And I was just like, no, I just wanted to call to say that I think I'm pregnant. And we celebrated over the phone. It was such a happy feeling, you know, because This clinic that I go to is a fertility clinic, and they specialize in IVF and helping women with fertility issues get pregnant. So I would imagine them to be really happy to receive this news. She told me all the things that I shouldn't do, shouldn't eat. When people ask me how many weeks along I am, I can't even give them an answer because apparently how you count is actually based on your last menstrual cycle, which I don't have a last menstrual cycle, so I can only guess, and I think I'm about 3 weeks along right now. I don't know if it's me or what, but I do see that it's showing a little bit, maybe because my frame is usually quite small and my tummy is usually quite flat, so any sort of increase would look quite obvious. I do feel my pants getting tighter. I don't feel bloated, but I look bloated, you know? Like at this stage, we are week 3 and we have an appointment with the doctor after I come back from Hawaii, which is around week 5. Hopefully all goes well, and I'm really worried about my trip because I'm gonna be on a plane for 2 full days, but I've gotten the confirmation from the gynae that it's safe for me to fly. I don't have any spotting, and as long as I don't feel like any unnecessary cramps or anything. Yes! That's where we're at right now. I just want to say that I'm just ultra thankful and just really humbled to, you know, have this opportunity to bring this baby to the world. I hope my body doesn't fail me. Honestly, deep down, I'm super scared that something might go wrong, or it's just all in my head, or when I wake up it's all a dream. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm super happy, super thrilled, and it's so surreal. I hope you guys are happy for me. I'm such a wreck. Okay, I will update you guys more along this journey. Yeah!